Hey y'all, this is Gail teaching from South Texas. It's gentle yoga for low back care. It's a 60-minute beginner's gentle class for those of us with back challenges. We're going to do 5 things in our Veterans Yoga Project class: breathing, mindful movement, meditation, guided rest and relaxation, and a gratitude practice. So oftentimes there's folks in this particular class who do not want to get down to the floor or have a hard time getting back up. So you can also do the yoga postures seated on the chair. So I'll occasionally say some of those yoga postures seated on the chair. And then Miss Vicky, she does some of the different postures standing behind the chair or seated on the chair. So if you have any questions, we're going to keep them to the end. You may be thinking, is there a different pose I could do during this time? Or maybe that didn't feel well in my body. Everything's okay though, right? We keep it between the easy and ouch. So I'm going to get up, move my chair out of the way, come over to the chair because I use the chair to get down to the floor. We're going to lie on our back with our knees bent. Anytime there's kind of spice going on in a posture, breathe in through the nose, out through the nose. Listen to the breath going in and out. That sometimes will allow you to stay in the posture a little bit longer. Sometimes it doesn't help at all. Something feels weird, you don't like it, don't do it. That's my rule. All right, so I'm going to stand up, move this front chair out of the way. Near the end of the class, during that guided rest and relaxation, I come back up to the camera and we do a nice guided relaxation practice. That's just a further icing on the cake for releasing pain that you may be having from your back and other various places. So I'm going to come over to the chair and move it out of the way there and step one foot back, and I come down to my knee. That's best. The other one, not so much. I'm just going to kind of tip over here and scooch my chair out of the way. I'm going to take that blanket off though, because I use that when we do the seated postures, whether you're on the chair or on the floor. So let's come onto our backs and then have those knees bent, feet on the yoga mat. It's called constructive rest posture. Woo! So for me, the reason why I went woo is because this does not feel good in my body. I have to do a few modifications. My modifications are to grab my wrist and kind of roll that shoulder up and away. Well, that already feels better because it feels like my muscles are squeezing into my spine. And do the same with the other side. So I have scoliosis, retrolisthesis, spondylolisthesis, disc degeneration, bulging discs, SI joint dysfunction, a lot of back things, okay? Don't have sciatica, but that's probably because I do this practice. Constructive rest posture is a great one to stay in 5 to 10 to 15 minutes if you can spare the time. Whether you're lying in your bed, lying on the couch, on the floor, this helps to kind of release tension that's held in your body. And you may have to make these little modifications, rolling the shoulders away, maybe taking the hands back behind the head, lifting the head, and then just lengthening the head away from the shoulders, kind of tucking in that chin towards the chest, and wiggle the shoulders, make it comfortable. Beautiful. We're going to do that breathing practice. So we'll do what's called the extended exhale breath. It's one of my favorites for lowering blood pressure, lessening the heart rate. Now, the way you do that, you just basically pick a number. I'm going to pick an easy one for me. Breathe in to a count of 4. You pause for a second, and then you exhale, breathe out to a count of 5. Do what you can with what you got, okay? If you can't do that, just breathe however is best for you. So what I like to do is place a hand on my tummy below the belly button and notice the belly rise as I breathe in and then fall, contract down as I exhale. Little sneaky core work. So here we go. Let's breathe in to a count of 4. Breathe in. Pause for a second and then slowly exhale. Once again, inhaling, belly big. And then slowly exhale. I'm going to clap now. Belly button towards your spine as you exhale. Breathe in, belly big. And then reverse all that, exhaling. Breathe in, belly big from the low belly, mid belly, low chest. And then slowly reverse all that breathing. Exhale. Beautiful. From here, let's add on a little bit of movement. So if you're seated in the chair, you come up on the balls of the feet. If you're here on the yoga mat, stay on your feet. We're just going to drop one knee towards the floor. And I've got my yoga block here above me. I'm going to bring it underneath because this leg is the spicy side for me. And I'm on the side of my foot. So again, you can use the blocks to keep it from going all the way down to the floor. And that's okay to do that. Make those little adjustments to make it fit what's going on with your levels of pain or challenges today. And then take that top leg, let's drop it towards the bottom leg. And make sure the foot's still connected to the floor. So it's not like top leg is going to touch the bottom leg easily without lifting the foot off the ground. So we're just trying to feel this low lumbar twist happening here, coming from that top hip bone, and then it might radiate up through the rib cage on the top part of our top body. If you breathe in, nice and big, belly expanding, and then contracting the belly button towards the spine, you might feel the posture even more. So that's kind of a, ooh, I'm going to breathe in, but then I'm going to feel it more. So it's half one thing, half the other, right? Squeeze the belly button and invite the top leg back to the center and then the bottom leg back to the center. So we're back in constructive rest posture. Let's do windshield wiper on the other side. Again, keep it between the easy and ouch. So you drop the other knee out. Now, I don't need the block on this side. We're stimulating the side of the foot on the leg that we just dropped towards the floor. Then take the top leg, drop it towards the bottom leg. Notice if you notice if there's any difference on how this feels on this side versus the first side that you did. So for me, it's a little more spicy. A little bit of pain that radiates up here, kind of the high behind, but it's okay. I'm just going to breathe. Listen to my breath as I breathe in. Get some air in my body and then exhaling. And sometimes that lets the strong energy, contraction energy feel a little bit less. Sometimes, nope, it doesn't work. Usually in the second time when we do this, it feels lots better. Squeeze the belly button, bring the top leg back to the center, then that bottom leg. Use your hands if you need to bring them back into position. It's perfectly fine. Let's do the first side again. So drop it down towards the floor. Now, already second time, I don't feel that kind of congestion in my hip bone, my hip flexors, so it feels a lot easier to do. Top leg towards the bottom leg. You'll notice if, it feels different, maybe you have more range of motion. Therefore, maybe feeling things in the quadricep, in the hip flexors, in the quadratus lumboris muscle, that side muscle that connects the upper body to the lower body. And again, squeeze the belly button towards the spine. Bring the top leg back to the center. Use your hand if necessary. And then bottom leg back to the center. Woo. All right, now we're going to complete the cycle here. We're going to do the second side. So drop the other leg out to the side. Very good. And again, you're noticing, you're comparing, how's that feel? And then top leg towards the bottom leg. I got a little bit more range of motion on the second side. I feel a little bit more contraction energy going on. It's not a bad feeling. It just feels like there's more stuff going on. And I can always, again, just bring more breath into my body and release that held tension. All right, squeeze the belly button towards the spine, invite the top leg back to the center, bottom leg back to the center. And then we're going to be doing knee to chest pose. But first, before we do that, let's do notice posture. Notice postures, we're on the back of the foot. So we extend the leg all the way down. So we're on the back of the heel, whether you're extending the leg straight, seated in the chair, or here lying on the yoga mat. Do the same with the other one. I'm really cautious when I extend that second leg because I got spicy stuff going on today. I'm going to shake my legs, kind of move my upper body. And I'm just noticing here the surface that's supporting me, where I'm connected, what places are really firm into the surface that's supporting me. Typically, my left behind feels more grounded than my right behind. And then my right shoulder feels more into the floor versus my left shoulder. Now, that's going to change throughout this class due to what we do in our yoga postures. And again, you may not notice that stuff. You may be noticing like tight feeling going on with the hip bones, the hip flexors, and maybe excessive arch. Maybe the calves are touching, maybe they aren't. Again, just observing in yourself in notice posture. Now squeeze the belly button towards the spine, slide a foot back onto the yoga mat. Again, I'm really slow on that first one on the right side, and then the other one. Very good. Next is knee to chest posture. So if you're, where's my strap? It's back behind me here. There we go. It's like, where's my stuff? Where's my gear? You don't have to do the class with gear, but it's nice to do because you can be a little bit more effective. If you're seated in the chair, you put the strap along the bottom of the foot or back behind the knee pit to invite the knee in towards your chest. So you're trying to do this comfortably though, okay? So knee in towards the chest. You can use the strap if you're laying on your back also. And what you're trying to notice, again, this is all about noticing, observing. How much of this leg is into your hip crease, or is it into your side waist or your low rib cage? And it may change one side versus the other, and as we progress through time. From here, let's breathe in, let the belly get big, and extend the leg out into the sky. So for me, this feels challenging for that hip flexor, but it's okay. I think I'm going to bring it more towards me. No, that doesn't feel good either. Find your sweet spot, wherever that is, yeah? And then from here, we're going to inhale, invite the knee in towards the chest, and then contract your belly button towards your spine, extend that leg out into space. And again, inhale, knee into chest, exhaling, leg out. So keep moving as I keep talking. So this is to increase joint mobility in the knees, in the hips. You may notice some crinkly noises going on with the ACL, meniscuses. You may notice a little poppy sensation with the hips. Go slow, go at your own pace, breathe. If you get mixed up on the breath, you know what? Just breathe. That works too. And again, this is to help you to have better walking ability, better balance by increasing your, circulation into those knees, into those hips. We'll do something for the ankles in just a bit. One more wherever you are, and then bring the knee in towards the chest. Now I'm going to bring my hands back behind my knee pit or that strap and let my heel dangle towards my behind. So if you're seated, just have this be wherever it's kind of feels natural. We're going to take the toes and point the toes towards your kneecaps. So a heel flex and then point away. So I just kind of repeat this, and I'm doing my hand at the same time just because that's a habit. And I'm noticing how this feels around the muscles, the tendons in the ankles, in the top of the feet, in the bottom of the feet. Again, no judgment here how pointy, how flexy you can be. It's, how it feels in your own body. And then just kind of relax a little bit, and then think about, let's do some mobilization of the ankles. So draw some ankle circles. Try not to do the whole leg circle. Try to isolate it just with the ankle, and may feel weird things happening. The ligaments kind of moving around on the top of the foot, around the ankle. There might be a lot of noise, a lot of creaky stuff. Kind of depending what you've done. If you've stubbed a toe, sprained an ankle, broken a foot, had foot surgery. If you did ballet or any kind of excessive dancing, you may be feeling some foot challenges, yeah? And then let's pause and go the other direction. Notice how this feels. It feels different going the other direction. And then release this foot down to the floor. You know what? Foot's on the floor. Let's shake both legs. Release that tension, that energy in those legs. That's good for lessening leg cramps, foot cramps. And then let's stop. All right, let's do knee to chest posture on the other side. So invite the other knee in towards your chest. Again, what you're trying to notice first off, okay, how much of this leg is into that hip crease? Is it going up my side waist? Is it into my low ribs? So this one has more range of motion for me than the original side that we did. So we're going to do the knee to chest pose, extend the leg out to, again, increase joint mobility. So first, breathe in, belly big. And as we exhale, contract that belly button, extend that leg. And just notice if it feels different in the air compared, again, to the first side that we did. So for me, this one's more towards my chest with less tension going on. And then with our next inhale breath, invite the knee into the chest. Exhale the leg out. Inhaling, knee into chest. You're seated on a chair or want to use a strap along the bottom of the foot to help guide it in space. That works. Or you can do this without the strap. If you don't have a strap, you can use a long towel, a tie or a belt, or a dog or a cat leash, or some kind of long string that's not going to cut into your foot. Okay, don't want more pain. Notice if this feels different on this side versus the other. So I feel more warming happening with this knee compared to my original side, and not as much noise going on with the knee, with the hip on this side. So again, you may be noticing differences also. And sometimes it takes a couple of classes to kind of, oh yeah, I do feel some difference. So if you're new to this class, new to different classes on Veterans Yoga Project, be sure to give it more than one try. And again, you don't have to do everything that's going on in our teacher's presentation to you. You kind of pick and choose. It's nice that you can have your camera off, no judgment going on, right? And hopefully you're able to hear my voice good enough to where you don't have to look at the camera. But that's what I try to work for, is lots of verbal cues. But some people are visual learners, so that works too. Bring that knee into the chest. Yay, I talked a little bit there. And let the foot just kind of relax and dangle. I have my hands back behind my knee pit here. So now we're going to do point and flex of this side. Ooh, my foot just did a big old pop there. So my feet feel different because the left side had a sprain and a stub toe, and the right side I had foot surgery. So there you go. They feel different for different reasons, yeah? I think I also stubbed the toe of my right foot also. Things that happen, yeah. And if you happen to have bunions or neuromas or Morton's foot, all these different things that can happen because of the shoes that we wear. Those become challenges for better balance and ability to get around and feel okay in the body. Now let's make that be still with that, and then start the ankle circles. Again, try to isolate it to the ankle bone. You may have to go slower to do that. You don't have to go fast in the gentle yoga for low back care. Again, it's geared for beginners and those of us that have some back challenges. Woo! All right, now make it go the other direction. Notice what you notice or don't notice. Does it feel different than the other one? How does it feel? Is your ankle bone, your shin getting tired? It should. Woo! And then release. Bring that foot back down to the ground. Let's shake the legs again. Get rid of that kind of built up lactic acid, that energy with some of those poses that we do over and over. Very good. And everything be still. Let's go ahead and do notice posture again. I throw that one in a lot. Let's extend one leg and see if you feel a little bit more connected to the surface that's supporting you. Maybe, maybe not. Sometimes it didn't take very much to feel a little bit more in ease with the body. Maybe move the upper body, shake the lower body, squeeze your behind, release the behind. And again, notice what you notice. Again, my right side feels more grounded into the floor with the lower body now. And the shoulders feel somewhat even here. So I don't know. Yeah, it's different every time. Squeeze the belly button towards the spine. Slide a foot onto the yoga mat, then the other. And then we're going to lift our bottom up off the yoga mat just a little bit and turn it over to the side. We're going to turn it over, roll over onto our side. Take your time. Take your hand that's in front of you, press into the floor. Bring yourself up to your forearm, elbow. And then, bring yourself all the way up. Sometimes we can feel dizzy when we come from horizontal to vertical. So if that's happening for you, just drop your chin towards your chest. Kind of look at the floor. If you're seated, you're looking at your hands in your lap, chin towards your chest. You may be crisscrossing your legs. You may be having a leg out to the side. This is where I think the yoga blocks are handy, especially if you have knees that go more towards the sky than towards the floor. You can support the airy knees with a block. I typically take a yoga blanket here and fold it into thirds or a big towel, so I have a nice little thickness going on here. I scoot that back behind me and I sit my behind on the lip or the edge of that blanket. So it allows my pelvis to tilt forward and allows my spine to kind of be more tall. Whew. We're going to do what they call unsupported twists. So if you go to another yoga class and you have back challenges, sometimes they'll take an opposite hand to a leg and say, okay, now pull yourself into that twist. So that's not your natural ability of your spine twisting. That's your levered arms. So I like to do this letter W where you feel the squeeze of the shoulders towards one another. Plus, it's strengthening upper back muscles. Then I look to see which leg is in the front or my left leg. And we're going to twist towards the leg that's in the front. So breathe in, belly big, squeeze those shoulders. Exhale, belly button towards your spine, twist over towards one direction. Now you keep your chin aligned with your chest and just kind of, you're here for a second. We're going to breathe in and then go back to the center. Re-squeeze the shoulders. Stay here, breathe in. Squeeze those shoulders, twist over to the other side. Notice if you twist more one side versus the other. This one's more twisty. Stay here, breathe in. Exhale back to the center. Now release the shoulders. Woo! If you tend to have that little hump there on the back of the spine, they call it the dowager's hump, that kind of thing. We're going to do a yoga posture to help strengthen the upper back musculature to lessen that. So we're going to shrug our shoulders up towards our ears and then twist over to one side. Keep that lift and hold going on. So you should feel a bunch of contraction going on here and release. Woo! Bring it back to the center. Now we're going to do it a little bit different this time. We're going to twist and then lift, hold the shoulders towards it. It looks funny, but you're working that back muscles. And release and back to the center. So breathe in right here. Breathe in. As you exhale, twist, lift, hold. Inhale back to the center. Relax everything. Belly big. All right, so here we go. Exhale, twist, lift, hold. Shoulders towards the ears. Feel that back muscles working. Inhale back to the center. Relax and release. We'll do one more each side. So exhale, lift, twist, hold. Woo! Building the upper back strength. Inhale back to the center. Release. All right, exhale, twist, lift, hold. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze those shoulders. Inhale, release. Beautiful. Take your hands together, clap, get some circulation going on with those hands. We're doing a little seated Tai Chi movement here. And then take the cupped hands, just slap the side of the arm. This is bone building. And then get into that shoulder and turn the palm up, go down the inside. Let's do that again. Slap on the outside, go to the shoulder, turn the palm up, come down the inside. One more time. Go to the outside, woo, to that shoulder, turn the palm up and down the center. Let's clap the hands again. Get some circulation going on. We're going to do the other side. Yay. I love it. Again, get some heat going on. Great for arthritis, carpal tunnel. And then tap, tap, tap. Here we go. Bone to bone. Get up into that shoulder. I like to stay there forever. Palm up, come down the center. Let's do it again. Here we go. Outside of the arm, into that shoulder. Turn that palm up and down the center. One more time. Here we go. Slap, slap, slap. Tap, tap, tap. Into that shoulder, my favorite part, as you already know, and down the center. And once again, clap the hands, rub the hands. Beautiful. We're going to do something called the golfer's grip. So this is essential right here. This little hand rubbing kind of gets those circulation back in the hands. Basically, you have, number 5 hand going on here, and we're going to fold the fingers into the upper pad of the hand. That might be impossible. You may have to bring it lower. And then you stick your thumb out like it's a hitchhiker thumb. You do the same with the other one. Where we're going to use that is in seated arm circles. We're going to try it, okay? So again, where your pain is typically is not where it originates. So in addition to strengthening the lower body, we got to strengthen the upper body. Golfer grip hands and make sure the forearm is in alignment with the top of the arm. Now we're going to go back to letter W so we feel the squeeze of the shoulders, yes? So really like elbows more towards the low ribs. Yeah, there you go. Beautiful. And extend those arms out. Now the arms can be lower than the shoulder height or right aligned with the shoulders. Woo. And the thumbs, let's point them towards me. Now look at where your thumbs are. Very good. And draw circles forward and back behind you. Ooh. You can do this standing also. I like to do this standing, seated or seated on the chair. And if you want to make them faster, you can. But remember the squeeze. Remember the squeeze. So this is good for getting postural alignment with your yoga postures. Don't forget to breathe. Hey, I'm teaching 2 seated chair Tai Chi classes during Veterans Gratitude Week. Monday, November 6th. Thursday, November 9th. 2 p.m. my time. A couple more times. 3, 2, and 1. Shake it out. If you need to switch the legs because you feel kind of stuck, you can switch the legs. I'm not going to switch them because mine feels weird going the other way. And again, shake those arms out. We're going to do that arm circles again the other direction though. So go back. Here we go. Fold fingers into the palms, thumbs sticking out. Go back to letter W. Re-squeeze the shoulders. Very good. Extend those arms. Thumbs were to the front before. Now do them up towards the sky and then woo, back behind you. Start drawing behind you and forward. Keep the squeeze. This is helping with issues with bursitis in the shoulders. Rotator cuff, go slower if you need to. Slower is fine. Lower and slower is fine. Ooh, feel the burn? A little bit, maybe a lot of it. I think so. Let's do a couple more, whatever speed you need. Whew. I'm going a little bit faster today. And I got to re-squeeze. Excellent. 3 more. Here we go. 3, 2, and 1. Wow. Clap those hands. And then take an opposite hand to a shoulder and just kind of make a fist, pound into that shoulder. Yeah, that's good after those arm circles. And dropping the ear towards the other shoulder. And release. Let's do the other one. You can do hand, open hand, or fist into that shoulder. You can bring the arm out to the side to make it a little bit more lengthy away from the body. Very good. All right, now we're going to transition up to standing. You can also do these postures seated in the chair. So my chair is way over here. I'm going to kind of crawl over to my chair because, again, I like to use the chair to come up off the floor. But essentially, it's hands, a foot in between the hands. Curl that back toe, lean a little forward, lift that back knee, hop walk that back foot towards forward foot, and then hinge on up. Now again, you can be seated in the chair instead. And sometimes again, when we come up to vertical from the floor, there can be these dizzy issues. So hands to the heart, chin drops to the chest. Just for a second here. Breathe. Just really expand that belly here as you breathe in and contract it as you exhale. Maybe bring the feet a little wider. Feel that heart rate. All right. I'm going to move that blanket out of the way, and we're going to be doing our warrior postures and our tree and our movement meditations. So if you're doing the seated versions, I'm going to go ahead and show you that. Everybody else, step your feet wide, turn your foot towards one end of the yoga mat. If you're doing the seated version, one knee forward, one leg out to the side. Make sure the knees are not dropping in, okay? And then we naturally turn to the center. I invite you to turn the torso out over the leg that's towards the front of the room. And the arms are going to go out into a letter T, but you got to squeeze and then extend. For those of us standing, step those feet nice and wide. You've already turned a foot towards the short end of the yoga mat. Let's bend a knee towards the short end of the yoga mat. And I use the chair because I'm wiggly. I'm going to check to see here. Foot's aligned with the knee, knee aligned with the foot. Yes, bend that knee. I try to keep my, sometimes it's impossible, shoulders over my hips. Some folks lean out when they do this, but try to be kind of upright. Let the lower body do the work. Now, whether you're seated Whether you're standing, press firmly into the floor. Maybe bend the knee a little bit more. Check your alignment. Very good. Maybe hands on the hips, maybe arms out into a letter T or a hand on the chair. So we're going to be doing Virabhadrasana 2. That's a big old fancy name for Warrior 2 posture. Yeah, but we're going to move through the pose. So again, you got squeezy shoulders? I think so. Let's inhale, bring the hands to heart center, straighten the leg. Now you don't straighten the leg when you're seated. Exhale, bend the knee, arms, letter T. Squeeze those shoulders. Very good. Inhaling back to heart center. Big old breath right there. Exhale, belly button towards your spine and arms, letter T. And maybe you go a little bit lower in your bent knee since we're moving. Inhale back to center. Feet firm into that yoga mat. Bone building posture. Warrior 2 posture. One more time. Inhaling, hands to heart center. Exhale, bend that knee. Side lateral flexion. Your hand can be on your hip. It can be sliding down that long leg, or you can hang on to the underneath part of your chair. And other hand that's over that bent knee, palm up, reach a little forward, and then scoop the hand up towards the sky, and then bring the arm up and over. Again, you can take the fist, press it into the hip as a counterbalance. And your leg may be talking by now. It's typical that it does. And then float the arm down, start straighten that leg, pivot the foot. We're going to switch over to the other side. So heel toe in, jump the feet in, drag them in. You're seated, go back out to the letter L legs, turn your torso towards the front of the room. The rest of us, feet wide, turn that foot towards the short end of the yoga mat, bend the knee, again, firm feet into the floor. So feel stuff going on in the knees, in the tops of the legs, the behind. I'm going to heel toe out just a little bit more there. Very good. Okay, so go back to the letter W with the shoulders. Get that squeeze going on, and then extend the arms. Again, they can be low. They can be letter T. They can be one arm doing this, and it's okay either way, yeah? So we'll change the movement pattern here. I'm checking my knee alignment. Nope, there we go. We're going to bring the arms overhead if possible. So inhale, straighten the arms and legs to heart center. That makes any sense. Exhale, arms, letter T. Very good. Inhale, circle, sweep arms up, straighten the leg. Doesn't have to go super straight, just somewhat straight. Exhale, bend that knee, arms, letter T. Re-squeeze as you get down there. Very good. Inhaling up. Exhaling. You can look over the bent knee if you like, or just keep your head forward. Here we go, breathing in. Big O breath right there. Exhale. One more time. Inhaling up. They don't have to touch. They can just go towards the sky. Exhale, letter T. Now squeeze those shoulders. Now, the hand that's over that bent knee, palm up, hand on the fist, down the leg, on the chair. Reach out and up to the sky. For your reverse warrior on the other side. Feet firm into the floor. Maybe a little shaking going on here. Breathe in, breathe out. Woo! Float that arm down, straighten that leg, pivot that foot, walk it in. Let's do our tree pose next. So let me show the seated version. And you would be taking your yoga block way out to the front of your chair to where, you're coming up here and there, the edge of your chair with your bottom. You bring a foot on top of the block and the leg out to the side, other foot next to that block. Arms go up wherever you can. Those of us here standing, I'm going to show this on the wall first. So I'm going to step a foot out, and the foot that I'm going to balance on is near the wall. So I'm looking to make sure that's at 12 o'clock. I'm going to lift my heel, turn my foot out to the side. So I got one knee one direction, one knee the other direction. Then I'm going to take the foot that I just turned out to the side, come up on the ball of the foot, and then start walking it into the floor with the knee out to the side, or into the calf, or into the inner thigh, not the knee joint. And since my hand's on the wall, I'm going to travel it up the wall, and the other arm can go up. And sometimes I can release the wall and have a little bit better balance. Sometimes it doesn't work. What happens typically is the leg out to the side starts traveling to the front of the room. So I invite you to really think about, leg out to the side. So we kind of addressed all the things in our hip bones, all the nooks and crannies here. It's still a balance posture, even if you're on the ball of the foot, because most of the balance is going on the foot that's flat on the floor. I got some wiggly stuff going on here today. So I've got the dance of the foot happening here. And release. Kind of bend those knees a little bit, move a little bit side to side. And we'll do the other side. So if you're doing the chair, scooch that block over, switch the feet. Again, step a foot out. Make sure that balance foot's at 12 o'clock. Lift the heel, turn the foot out to the side. Start bringing it in. So again, leg out to the side and try to be, my foot is dancing today. And then now I got to hang on to the chair because I'm quite wiggly today. Oh, I like your variation there with the yoga foam roller. That works too. If you don't have a chair, use something else, right? That's right. Now see if you can really think about pressing vigorously with the foot into the leg. Make it above or below the knee joint. Sometimes I take my toes and I, kind of crinkle them into my leg. That doesn't feel good. That's okay, right? Beautiful. And release. Take the foot out. Move a little bit from side to side. Okay. We're going to do that 8 movement meditation. You can be seated. You can be standing up. But make sure your feet are comfortable wherever they are, about 8 to 10 inches apart. Kind of wiggle those shoulders a little bit, move those knees, and then kind of sink into your feet. Make sure it's not like back in the heels or back in the front. It's kind of evenly distributed into your feet. And then we open up the palms out to the side. Kind of wiggle those shoulders a bit. So let's inhale, gather the arms in. So it's right here in front of our legs. Exhale, raise them up to the shoulders. Inhale, let's expand outwards. Exhale, contract the belly button, contract the arms inward. Inhale, flow it towards your chest. Exhale, flowing forward. Press those feet firm into the floor. Inhale, let's descend. Exhale, disperse out. Let's do that again. Inhale, gather in, listen to your breath. Exhale, rise. Inhale, open up. So this is for our stress in addition to meditative. Exhale, bring it in. Inhale, flow towards the chest. Exhale, flow forward. Inhale, descend. Exhale, disperse out. So matching movement with breath lowers your cortisol. Let's do that again. Inhale, gather in. Exhale, rise. Inhale, open up. Exhale, contract it inward. Inhale, flow towards the chest. Exhale, flow forward. Inhale, descend. Exhale, disperse out. Feet firm into the floor, whether you're seated or standing. Inhale, circle, sweep arms up. Exhale, bend the knees, bend the elbows. Stick the booty out. Firm feet into the floor, firm booty into the chair. Inhale, stand up, circle, sweep arms up. Stay seated if you need to. Exhale, bend the knees, bend the elbows. When you're exhaling, draw that belly button towards the spine. Inhale, circle, sweep arms up. Big old breath right there. Exhale, bend those elbows, bend those knees. Make sure the knees are apart, especially if they're apart standing, yeah? Inhale, circle, sweep arms up. This time we're going to hang out just a little bit. Exhale, go into your chair posture. Now grab those thumbs, hook the thumbs, hands in prayer. If you can, lift one heel and then lower. Lift the other heel. Whew. And then lower. Lift both sets of toes. Oh gosh. And then lower. And then last time, inhale, circle, sweep arms up. And then exhale, hands to the heart center. Then just take and place the sides of the thumbs into your chest. Gaze at the tops of the fingers just for a second there. All right, we're going to come down to the floor now. So come down however's best for you. We could do a sun salutation, but you know what? Let's just get down to the floor. We're going to grab our yoga block or your foam roller or, a couch pillow to do block bridge posture. So come back down to constructive rest posture. That's laying on your back, knees bent. I'm going to move my chair out of the way somehow. And I'm going to grab my yoga block. All right, so this is for lymphatic drainage. This is also for lessening edema, swelling. It's also for releasing back challenges. What we'll do here, and if you're seated in the chair, take the tall portion of the block, place it in the back of the chair, press your low behind into the block. It's not as effective as laying on your back, but you do what you got to do, right? So I'm going to walk my feet towards my behind, and you either use your hand or your own strength to lift up, and you scoot your block underneath and lay your low back, your low behind on the block. Now, this feels crunchy for me, so I'm going to walk my shoulders away, my chin aligned with my chest, maybe a few adjustments there, and then raise a leg up into the air and just shake the leg. So the only way to get rid of the toxins that are held in our lymph nodes is to move. So I like this because this is a kind of a fun way to get all the lymphs kind of get movement going on. You also can be on like a mini trampoline to do a similar kind of thing. And then shake side to side. There's a lymph nest happening in the quad, which is where the thigh inserts into the torso, and in the back of the knees. That's where a lot of lymphs hang out. And again, shake the leg. Shake it to where the toes kind of wiggle on their own, because you're shaking kind of nice and vigorously, or doing the best you can. And release. You can also have the foot on the ground when you're seated and shake the leg with your hands. Let's do the other side. And shake. Another benefit of being upside down is this helps if you have any kind of pelvic organ prolapse, which is like the bladder, the rectum, and of course, the corresponding male, female parts, places. You don't have to work so hard. You're using gravity to an advantage to kind of let everything go back, flow into place. And shake side to side. Notice if one side feels, more shakeable than the other. I guess I could, right? Especially if you have some challenges one side versus the other. And again, up and down. Okay, now, if you want to, it's kind of hard to do this on the floor once your feet are on the floor and you shake both. Bring the other leg up, and then let's shake. Try to shake them enough to where I can feel the toes kind of moving on their own. Ah! And then side to side. Get those thighs going. Get the calves kind of moving in a different direction. It's all good stuff. And then up and down again. Shake, 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 shake. Woo. And then make it all still. Ooh, feel the energy in the feet there. And then bring one foot down. Squeeze the belly button if you need to. Yeah. And then the other. Very good. And then we're going to release the block and curl the spine back on down to the floor. Notice if you feel a little bit more connected, if it's more in ease with your body stuff. And let's go ahead and do the notice posture. Extend one leg. Shake the leg a little bit. Yeah. Do the other one. Do those shoulders a little bit. Very good. So you may notice some release of the back tension going on. So we're going to do one more good posture to do before you go to bed, and also releases back pain. It's called, I forget what it's called, yoga something. I don't know. But the soles of the feet, the bottoms of the feet together, but we're going to place this on the floor. So bottoms of the feet together, and the knees open out. I'm looking to see if you can see that. Yeah, okay. And from here, what we'll do is we'll inhale, let the belly get big. And as we exhale, keep the feet on the ground and then just bring the legs halfway up towards one another. So you got a weird foot sandwich happening here. Breathe in after that exhale breath. It's called yoga band-aid. And then exhale, bring the legs together, feet back onto the yoga mat. Again, this is one you do, if you like to lay flat on your back at nighttime, this is one to, again, to open up those hip flexors, allow the tension to be released from the lower part of your body. Let's inhale, feet together, knees apart. Notice that the knees are a little bit more towards the floor the second time around. Sometimes it happens immediately, sometimes not. As you exhale, belly button towards your spine, lift the legs about a third of the way up, but the soles of the feet are still together. There may be some micro shaking happening here. Inhaling, stay here, belly big, and then exhale to 2/3, legs together, hands on either side if you need to guide them there. If you can reach, I have to reach here more near my behind than my thighs. Inhaling, stay here, and then exhale, legs together, feet on the yoga mat, back to constructive rest posture. Now we're going to do that one more time. So soles of the feet together. Here we go. Breathe in, open up those knees. Go slow. And as you exhale, barely lift the legs up off the ground. Woo, I got some shaking going on here. Inhaling, stay here. Exhale to about halfway up. Very good. Inhaling, stay here. Big old breath. Exhale to about 3/4. Very good. Inhaling, stay here. Exhale, legs together, ankle bones together, feet on the yoga mat. Very good. Now, I invite you to bring the leg to me, knee in towards your chest. Notice if you're more folded into your body from the beginning of class to the end of class. And then inhaling, extend stay here. Extend the leg out as you exhale. See if it feels more comfortable hanging out in space here. Let's do an inhale, knee into chest. Exhale, leg out. One more time. Inhale, knee into chest. And just release this foot back down to the floor. Let's do the other side. Invite the other knee in toward your chest. Again, just kind of see, does it go a little bit more toward your body? Does it feel more in ease with what's going on with your challenges? Again, notice what you notice or remember what you notice, yeah? And then stay here. Inhale, belly big. Exhale, belly button tight. Extend that leg out. Let it hang here. Kind of notice, okay, how's it feel now compared to the very beginning of class? And you may not remember. That's okay. Inhale, knee into chest. Exhale, extend that leg out. Again, inhaling, knee into chest. Exhale, bring that foot back down to the floor. Very good. Let's do a windshield wiper one more time. So again, open up a knee out to the side. Notice how it feels. May feel more loosey-goosey now. Take the top leg, drop it towards the bottom leg. Notice how, if you have more twists going on with that low lumbar spine, probably, and then squeeze the belly button, the top leg to the center, bottom leg to the center. Let's do the second side. Open up. Very good. Drop the top leg towards the bottom leg. And again, you're noticing the twist, how much you're into it, if it feels different. Nice. Squeeze the belly button, top leg to the center, bottom leg to the center. Now you can do several things here. You can bring the knees together and then heel toe the feet apart. That's one way, okay, to do our guided rest and relaxation. Or extend a leg all the way down to the edge of the yoga mat, cover up with a blanket, put a blanket underneath the bend in the knees. Or lots of people's favorites is they have a lightweight chair or the couch. You can place your calves on the seat of your couch, or you can turn sideways and then scoot your booty away. Again, that's a nice traction release of the spine, and hands can rest on your belly, your low upper belly, or out to the side. Some folks will swing their legs on the wall, but this is a nice alternative to that, legs on the chair. So from here, I invite you to get comfortable as I come up to the room and start our guided relaxation and rest portion of our class. So once again, I invite you to get comfortable. Make movements Cover up, maybe something over the eyes, something under the bend of the knees. Get that blanket, cover up. And then from here, just notice that you're breathing. Don't change your breath in any way. Just notice, what does it feel like here to breathe in? And what does it feel like here to breathe out? Notice the rise of the chest, of the belly as you inhale, and the contraction of the belly as you exhale. Good. But once again, maybe a shoulder feels a little stuck or a leg. You can wiggle that place in your body and do the same with the other side. Get it nice and relaxed and released into the surface that's supporting you. Good. From here, let's go through a little body scan. It's also called a rotation of consciousness. I'll name a place in your body. You'll think about that place. You'll shift all your awareness to that place. And then you'll notice when we move on to other places how your awareness moves along with you. This is to help lessen repetitive thoughts, help calm a monkey mind. And if you've got something that's repeating in your brain, a worry, a song, that just kind of lets that go with this type of practice. So let's begin. Let's bring all of our attention, all of our awareness into our right hand. Right forearm. Elbow. Upper arm. Right shoulder. Right side chest. Right side waist. Hip. Thigh. Right knee. Shin. Calf. Bottom of the right foot. Right big toe. Second toe. Third toe. Fourth toe. Right pinky toe. Shift all of your attention, all of your awareness into the left hand. Forearm. Left elbow. Upper arm. Shoulder. Left side chest. Left side waist. Hip. Thigh. Left knee. Shin. Calf. Bottom of the left foot. Left big toe. Second toe. Third toe. Fourth toe. Left pinky toe. Let's shift our awareness now to the back of the head. Right shoulder. Left shoulder. Upper back. Mid back. Low back. The entire length of the spine. Right buttock. Left buttock. The back side of the right leg. The back side of the left leg. Right heel. Left heel. Notice the surface that's supporting you here in the back places of your body. Notice that sensation of feeling heavy, drop down into the chair, into the floor, into the surface that is supporting you. Good. Let's shift our attention now to the front places of our body. starting with our forehead. Right ear, left ear. Right eyebrow, left eyebrow. The place between the eyebrows. The tip of the nose, right cheekbone, left cheekbone. Upper lip, lower lip. Chin, jawline. Front of the neck, right collarbone, left collarbone. Right chest, left chest. Upper abdominals, the belly button. Lower abdominals. Right groin, left groin. The entire top side of the right leg. The entire top side of the left leg. The entire top side of the right arm. The entire top side of the left arm. Once again, notice what you notice in the front portions of our body. Notice the air coming across the skin, the weight of the clothing. Notice the lightness of feeling of the body in the front places of our body. Good. From here, let's come back into the now, back into the present moment. So I invite you to do a few little toe and finger wiggles. And then if your legs are straight, legs are on the chair, bend one knee, then the other. And then start moving your body to where you can roll over onto one side. When you're ready, take the hand that's in front of you, press into the floor, push yourself up to a tall seated place. Very good. Let's drop the chin towards our chest, get a little upper back neck stretch going on there. While everybody gets into this position. And then bring the chin to look forward. Let's place the hands to heart center about 6 to 8 inches away from our chest. And then breathe in, big belly breath right here. And as you exhale, push the arms away and turn your head the opposite direction. Inhale back to the center. Exhale, push the other direction. Inhale back to the center. Good. Now we're going to open up blood flow, open up that carotid by taking hands out to the side, spread your fingers out like feathers on an eagle, and then turn your thumb towards the top of the room. Drop your opposite ear towards your shoulder, and then lift your chin. Breathe in, breathe out. Bring it back to the center. Let's do the other side. So spread the fingers, spread the feathers on the hand, turn the thumb towards the sky, drop the other ear towards the other shoulder, and then lift the chin. Breathe in, breathe out. And bring it back to the center. Very good. So now you can either stack your hands upon your chest or do your hands together at your heart center for our gratitude practice. I'm going to stack my hands today. And then I invite you to think about one thing that you're grateful for or an idea of gratitude. And with that, let's bring the gratitude to our heart space. Let's drop our chin towards our heart. And again, think of those things that you're grateful for today. Good. And then we'll say our ending sayings for our yoga class, for our yoga guided meditation portion of our class. So the light in me honors and respects the light in you. So let's take the peace, the strength, the understanding, and a little attitude of gratitude, and let's pass it on. Namaste, which means the bright light in me honors the bright light in you. This concludes our practice of gentle yoga for low back care.